Hello, my name is Mariana, and this is going to be another video from the Something Different series because I sat down here today to pull cards. Here they are for Taurus, which I feel like I'm still going to pull, but this thought kept running through my head, and I was, you know, going through it back and forth, back and forth. I was trying to, think of other things, but then it would always come back to me and return to my conscious mind to the point that I thought, okay, so maybe this is something for Taurus. Maybe I already am receiving something for the reading, but I started to shuffle and it wouldn't let go, right? These thoughts wouldn't let go. So I thought instead of, maybe letting it run through the reading as I would normally, I feel like this is the perfect moment to share something from my personal experience, from my history in a sense, that has to do with this constant thought about leaving our comfort zones. So this may or may not have something to do with the reading for Taurus because I haven't yet pulled the cards. I started shuffling, but I didn't, any cards came through. And this thought about, well, okay, so the thing that I want to share with you, because it has to do with this constant thought now that has been ongoing for me since the reading from Aquarius, that was triggering uncomfortable feelings, and then it came also through in the Pisces reading and in the Aries reading. So discomfort, right? It seems like as a collective we are going through a moment of maybe smaller discomfort or maybe extreme discomfort for some. It can vary in degree and scale and, different situations for all of us. But it was just reminding me that if we are living a moment of discomfort, it's because we are leaving this zone that we have grown accustomed to, right? This comfort zone. So leaving a comfort zone feels uncomfortable, right? It seems very simple, but early when we are just going through it, it's almost like it's so annoying and so disturbing perhaps that we don't realize that we are being shaken, that we are being moved, that changes are occurring in different levels, in different scales in our lives that are forcing us, whether, it's by our own choice or if it's like something that is pushing us into moving, into leaving the comfort of our homes, of our jobs, of our families, of whatever it is that feels comfortable in your life, that is no longer maybe providing you that safety or that comfort, right? And so what I wanted to share with you, not only this constant thought, right? It's like, okay, so this discomfort, right, that is so obvious now, right? Or it's becoming increasingly more obvious, right? Not only through the readings, but I am feeling through my own dreams. I have been feeling like, my dreamscape has been occupied or has been inhabited by uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable characters, uncomfortable feelings. So I don't know if this is something that you're feeling too, if this is something that, the broader collective is also going through. It seems like it is because it seems like it's like this constant background that is moving through the readings, right? Although, of course, for each and every one of us, it's playing out in different ways in our lives. But so the thing that I was reminded of, it goes back from my architecture school days. I don't know how long it is now, but I feel like it's been a good 6 or 7, maybe 8 years ago that I took this class, which I'm going to translate freely. So pardon me if it's not exactly accurate, but in Portuguese, it was a class called Conforto Ambiental, which it would be translated something like environmental comfort, right? So in architecture, and maybe I feel like in um, engineering school also, or maybe just the construction side of engineering, maybe they also have to study that, but definitely for architecture students, we had to learn about environmental comfort so that when we were planning a space and designing some sort of room, it would be ideal for somebody to inhabit that space, right? And so we were planning for comfort, right? As an architect, I was learning, or as a student of architecture, I was learning how to design comfort, right? So that the buildings, the rooms, could last longer, right? So the purpose of studying environmental comfort is to provide enough balance or well, pleasantness or ease in certain space so that whoever is in this space can stay there, right? So comfort is made so that we can stay put, so that we can enjoy this space without feeling this discomfort, right? So it implies no movement, right? When there is discomfort, then there is movement, then there is that eagerness or that itchiness that makes us want to resolve that issue so that we can go back to that comfortable feeling, right? So then in this class, I remember the teacher said something that, is with me till this day, and I apply not only to architecture, obviously, but to my life, and it fits very perfectly this moment because he said, we don't realize comfort, we only can perceive discomfort. So, and it's almost like, when something feels so great, so perfect, so aligned, so in tune, right? So comfortable, because everything is in their place, everything is working, right? It's like the right amount of light, the right amount of fresh air. It's not so humid, it's not so hot, it's not so cold, right? It's not so dark, it's not so bright. It's like the perfect balance of every aspect of that space, right? So we don't feel it. It's like we're just in it. We don't notice, we don't perceive these things that make this room, that make this space so perfect, right? And so comfortable. Is only when it's too bright or too cold or too dark or too hot, right? It's like only when there is this imbalance that we notice something about the space, that is something not quite right, right? That feels uncomfortable, that feels out of place, right? So that phrase, right, that we cannot perceive comfort, we can only perceive discomfort. I feel like, if we take it to this moment right now, it's like we can only see the changes that are going through us right now, individually and collectively, because we are able to see that there is something that is not that comfortable, right? That there is discomfort, whether it is in our bodies, in our spiritual field, or our families, or our houses, our jobs, whatever area of your life you're feeling this discomfort, is because there are tweaks being made, are changes occurring that are beyond our control, right? And then our discomfort really makes us move in that direction to make it right, or it's like to balance it again, right? To make it comfortable again, right? But to be honest, it's like this reoccurring thought about the discomfort that I'm feeling and maybe you're feeling too right now is because we're being pushed or called out of our comfort zone, right? And that is not a good or a bad thing. That is simply what it is. It's just that we are able to perceive it more because we can only perceive discomfort, right? And that is something that really gets my attention in a way, and it really got my attention back then and still gets my attention now, because it's like, if we're not able to perceive comfort, does that mean that we are not appreciating comfort enough, right? And so it's only when we are feeling uncomfortable that we really appreciate what we had or the comfortable situation that we were in previously. So it's just like, this thing to think about, or, just another question to put out there. And I don't know, maybe realize that we are in a comfortable position, right? It's just itching because it's changing, but it's not that we're going to stay in this uncomfortable situation forever, right? It's also going to bring this imbalance to a balance again. It's just the move that makes it feel uncomfortable, right? So I hope this was helpful to you if you are feeling uncomfortable as I am with my dreams, especially. But anyways, I hope this was, of any kind of help whatsoever. I'm going to pull more cards here now. Actually, more cards. No, I'm going to pull the cards for Taurus um now. So yeah, I hope to see you there in the reading soon. Bye.